Good morning, everyone. It's April 12th, 2025. A woman buys a talking parrot. It swears constantly. She puts it in the freezer to cool off. A minute later, the parrot, shivering, says, "Sorry, I misbehaved." Then whispers, "By the way, what did the chicken do?"
Cute,
Well, it
cute.
took a little while for that one to sink. All right. Create a hand the tip of the day. We talked about shortcuts last time, and the tip of the day is about a shortcut. Create a hand washing song with this shortcut. Okay. It's a one, it's a timed hand washing, allows you to add a song that will play the allotted 20 seconds, as long as you have that song on your
Music.
phone. Okay. So I'm going to go through how to do it. And what you do
We
is
don't
you
see
go,
we don't
oh,
see your computer or phone.
that's a good
Just see
idea.
face. Yeah,
You will in a second here. Thank you.
thank you.
So we're talking about the phone here. The iPad's there. We're ready to talk about AI. But with the phone, if you go to the shortcut app, I can find it here. Oh, where did I put it? There it is. If I open the shortcuts app, and then we tap on gallery at the bottom. Notice the table of contents there at the bottom, right? And we tap on gallery. And in the search bar, we type in WASHING, washing. And you make it not the washing hands timer, but the washing hands music. So far, so good.
Yes.
Yes. And then we're going to tap it, not the plus sign. You just tap where it says washing hands music. And then at the bottom, it says set up a shortcut. So we tap that, set up a shortcut. And where it says music there, it says choose. So I'm going to tap choose. And then I want to pick the song that I want.
Are these songs you already have loaded in your system? Or
Yes, yes. Should I tap bat out of hell there? That would be cool. Well, let me do it. What the heck? Right. So I tapped bat out of hell. Pick that song.
One I've never heard of.
You will in a minute. Although I don't think I said share my sound with you, so you
Oh,
may not get it. And then tap add shortcut. And you're back to the screen you had before. Tap shortcuts at the bottom, and it should be right there at the top of all your shortcuts.
So, Bill, can I ask something?
Sure.
When you were adding it, there was a plus there, which I would think means add, but you said don't touch that. Just
Right.
touch the icon. What would touching the plus do?
You're going to add another shortcut. So don't do that right now.
So don't do the obvious. Okay.
In this case. In this case. And now I'm going to tap the three dots in the shortcuts app that shows up here because we want to set it up, right? Okay. So far, so good, everybody.
Yes.
Then we tap the down arrow and we want to choose an icon. And let's make it skin color there kind of thing. Okay.
sorry. Uh-oh.
Tap done. Mm, I'm going to choose that down arrow again. And you see where it says add to home screen?
Yes.
Tap add to home screen. Tap add at the top. And now you should have it on your home screen. Can you hear that?
No.
No. Too bad. You're missing a great song.
While you're in shortcuts, Bill, when you're done with this, could you go briefly again how you do, like I sign off our letters, Marianne and Sherry, and I type MS now and it comes in, but I want to do it with other phrases. How did we do that?
Restate your question again, please.
How to add a shortcut word sentence wherever I want. Like I sign off with two names on emails, So now I just type the first letter of each name and it pops up the whole name. So there's other phrases I might want to say, like, how are you today?
Oh, a keyboard shortcut.
Yes, please.
Ah, okay.
Hey, but Bill,
Yes.
before you get to the keyboard shortcut, could you tell me how you put music on? Because I don't have any music on.
I don't either. I'd like that too.
Let me write that down. That's not for this session.
Okay.
Good question, though.
Yeah, I wanted that too.
Bill, would you mind going back to where you had the shortcut screen to get it onto the home screen?
I think on any one of them, if you tap like share photo there, if I just tap it, no. Oh, I was in gallery. Just a minute.
Which nobody was predicting. Inflation at its lowest level in a long, long time.
So you're asking me, how do I get a shortcut on the home screen? I believe is what you're asking.
Yes. Once you complete setting it up and then you have all the shortcuts, then what's the next step? I missed that one.
Well, I was going through the whole thing there.
You know what? I'll catch it on the
Oh,
video.
there it is. There it is. Okay. Here. If you tap the three dots, there's the time machine. If I tap the three dots and it comes up and shows me the actual setting it up, but right up here at the top, right here, there's a down pointing arrow.
Yes.
If you tap that, one of the options there is add to home screen.
Thank you.
Okay. Keyboard shortcuts.
We need to mute because somebody's talking in the background.
Gotcha. Thank you. Keyboard shortcuts. If you go to settings, and then general, and if you scroll down to where it says keyboards, okay, that's settings, general, keyboard. And it's called text replacement. Settings, general, keyboard, and then you tap the arrow next to text replacement. And then there's all the shortcuts I have for that so far. And you'll notice there's one that says P. If I tap PH followed by the space bar, it will put my phone number in whatever I'm doing, my notes, in my message, in my email.
Excellent.
Question.
Great. Thank you.
And then if you tap the plus sign, you tap the phrase you want to show up if you tap the shortcut. Okay? Everybody got that one?
Excellent.
Hey,
Thank
Bill, one interesting thing I discovered with that, I was excited about using XX to be replaced with a comma, since I hate having to go to the second screen to get a comma.
Okay.
But it only works if you precede it with a space.
Probably true. Probably true.
You can't just add XX to the end of a word and have it work. It needs a
Right, because it's
space in
still
front of it.
it's yeah, because it thinks that the XX is part of the word before it.
Yeah,
So
apparently so.
that didn't help you with that shortcut, did it?
Not really.
You you're trying to put a comma, not a period, right?
Yeah, comma and exclamation point, which I use frequently in text messages, but you have to go to the other screen to get to them.
I know.
So I was hoping to not have to switch to the other screen to get the things I
But
use all the time.
there's probably some way. We ought to see if we can figure out how to do that. All right, guess what's
I
coming
figured,
next? If I can find it. Okay, let's have a little quiz on shortcuts. Pencils and paper in hand. What's the primary purpose of a shortcut app on the iPhone? To manage app notifications, to to automate tasks and create custom workflows, to organize files and folders, to improve your battery life. How do you typically trigger a shortcut that you've created? By shaking your phone vigorously, by tapping a button on the home screen in the Shortcuts app, by holding down the power button for an extended period of time, by speaking a specific phrase to Siri without setting it up in shortcuts. That was how do you initiate a shortcut? Which of the following is a basic building block of shortcuts? A widget, an action, a folder, or a theme? Where can you add a shortcut icon for easy access directly from your iPhone's home screen? In the app library, in the Files app, guess what we just talked about? Using the Add to Home Screen option within the shortcut settings. I'm not sure how you should get that one right, folks. Only within the Shortcuts app itself. What's the function of the automation tab within Shortcuts? To automatically back up your phone data to create shortcuts that run automatically based on triggers you set. To automatically organize your photos into albums and to automatically update your installed applications. Number 6. Which of the following can you not typically automate with a Shortcuts app? Not typically automate. Sending a message to a specific contact at a certain time, adjusting the smartphone's device based on your location, accessing data from apps that don't offer any integration with shortcuts, creating a playlist of your favorite songs. And one way to look at that question is, what can I do with shortcuts? Can I send a message to a specific contact at a certain time? Would that be a shortcut? adjusting smartphone devices based on your location, accessing data from apps that don't offer any integration with shortcuts, or playing a playlist of your favorite songs. What type of trigger could you use in automation to run a shortcut when you arrive at a specific location? I'm not sure if you'll get that one right either. Time of day, Wi-Fi, location, and app open. Number 8. What is the purpose of using variables in a shortcut? To make the shortcut run faster, to store and reuse pieces of information within the shortcut, to change the visual appearance of the shortcut, to share the shortcut with others. That's an interesting one. Which of the following is a common action you might find in a shortcut? Download an app, create a calendar event, change the iPhone color, install an iOS update. Which of the following is a common action? And number 10, what happens when you share a shortcut with someone else? Do they get all your personal data? Do they receive a file that they can import into their own shortcuts app? Does their iPhone settings are automatically configured to match yours, or the shortcut runs directly on their phone without them needing to install it? The answers are number 1, to automate tasks and create custom flows. Number 2 is B, by tapping a button on the home screen or in the Shortcuts app. Number 3, the answer is action. And number 4, using the add to home screen option. Number 5 is B, to create shortcuts that run automatically based on a trigger you set. Number 6 is C, access data from apps that don't offer. That's the one that's not. Right? Number 7 is location. Number 8, to store and reuse pieces of information within the shortcut. That's why you would have a variable in a shortcut. Often you create a calendar event with a shortcut. That's B. And number 10, they receive the file that they can import into their own Shortcuts app. Okay? Any questions on that?
Hey, Bill, these quizzes are good reminders of things. Are these assembled someplace you could share with all of us at the end?
I can send them to you.
Okay.
They're in a Word document. You mean where do I get them?
No, I mean, I'd love to see these again after the classes are over.
Okay, I will include those in the when I send out the video.
Yeah, that sounds great. Thanks.
And it has the answers too, right?
Yes.
And I'm in the boat with you. I needed the answers on the last step.
Okay. Artificial intelligence. What are the tools, right? What is an AI tool? An AI tool is a software application or program that utilizes algorithms and models to perform tasks that typically require human intelligence. These tools are designed to automate processes, analyze data, generate insight, and support decision making across various industries and applications. In simpler terms, I'm going to use this analogy through here because it can get really complicated when we talk about AI and how it works. And I'm going to try to explain that a little bit. Imagine teaching a child to recognize a cat. You show them many pictures of cats. You show them many pictures of cats. You show them many pictures of cats, pointing out their various features, their ears, their whiskers, their tail. The child's brain learns to associate these features with the label cat. So if I show them a picture of a tiger, that's called a cat too. And again, you would say it's a cat, but it's a big cat. Okay. And pretty soon, if you show them enough pictures of an animal that looks like a cat, they will associate and say that's a cat. And they'll be able to say those are whiskers. And so the child has learned this. Similarly, that's the way the AI tool works. It's fed data and it learns to identify patterns that correspond to specific outcomes. It's a cat. Okay? So it's that simple and that complex. The AI tools work using algorithms and machine learning techniques to process large volumes of data. There is a teaching phase that the app or AI goes through where it gathers data. Tons and tons, thousands and millions pieces of data it's gathering. And once it's gathered all that, it's able to identify patterns and make predictions and decisions. The key steps are it gathers the data. AI tools require vast amounts of data to learn and improve. This data can come from various forms. It could be text, images or pictures. It could be audio files. It could be numerical data. Think about all the data that's on the internet. That's what it's trying to get. The quality and relevance of the data are critical for the AI tool's performance. The more data it gets, the better the AI tool is. So you don't see it gathering all this data. It happens basically before the AI tool even goes online. It's training. During the training, the AI looks at internal parameters to find patterns and relationships with the data. Oh, that picture of a kitty cat looks like a picture of a tiger. Okay, so it's determined that relationship. But then when you say, I have a cat in my house, would it pick the lion or would it pick the kitty cat? And that's where it starts developing an association and knowledge, right? Pattern recognition. Once trained, the AI tool can analyze new or unseen data, right? It uses the learned patterns and relationships to identify key features, clarify information, and make predictions. If it's an octagon-shaped sign, whoa, is that a stop sign? Right? An example, and I think it's the same one here. Hold on. Training AI tool to detect spam emails. So how does it do that? Okay. You show an AI tool thousands and thousands and thousands of emails, some labeled as spam and others not spam. So you've told it, if it looks like this, it's spam. If it looks like this, it's not spam. Eventually, it sees the pattern. It knows that spam emails have words like win money, free offer, click here now. Your computer's going to blow up. Turn it off. It also learns that normal emails usually come from your contacts, have a polite language, and no weird links. So it's starting to identify those patterns. AI learns after seeing each example, it starts to figure out what makes an email spammy or not. Okay. So when it finally is able to see an email, when a new email comes in, AI can check it before you even see it. This looks like spam. I've seen it before. Or this one seems normal. Let it go through. Right? Continuous learning and improvement is what it does. Many AI tools are designed to continuously learn and improve over time as they expose to more data and feedback. This allows them to adapt to changing conditions and enhance their accuracy. Some examples of different AI tools. There's one, if it's a chatbot, it uses neuro linguistic programming to understand input and generate relevant responses based on their training. You've been using NLP with Siri. Siri is NLP. You speak something to it, it converts that to text, it passes the text through AI. AI says, oh, you're asking for something. It finds the answer and gives it back to you. Image recognition software employs computer vision and deep learning to identify objects, people, and scenes. Again, your iPhone has facial recognition. And when you take another picture of that person, it says, oh, that looks like Henry, right? And so it identifies it as Henry on your phone. Recommendation systems utilize machine learning to analyze your behavior and preferences to suggest relevant products and content. My calendar has me going to refurb every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 o'clock. When I get in the car, Google says it'll take you 10 minutes to get to work. And I didn't ask, but it got the habit, right? The machine learning and NLP to identify patterns in emails. We talked about that one. Self-driving cars. Thousands and thousands and thousands of stop signs, all kinds of colors and shapes to recognize a stop sign, to recognize a person crossing a road or a crosswalk or a car coming the other direction. Okay, and it makes decisions based on that. some of the AI tools that are currently available, right? Multi-purpose imaging recognition. So certain tools focus on one of these areas. Multi-purpose would be general, and it can do a lot of things. Chat GPT is one of those. You can ask Chat GPT, a question, it'll answer it. You can also say, show me a picture, and it'll generate an image. But it's not nearly as good as some specific AI tools that do specifically that. Text to music generation, right? So we have the multi-purpose category. Chat GPT is one of them. Copilot from Microsoft is another. Google Gemini is another one from Google. And Claude is another. Now we're going to spend all my time on these. So while I'm going on here, if you could go to the Apple Store, the App Store, and download one of these, right? Just go to the App Store and download ChatGPT or Gemini.
Which one do you recommend?
I have them all, and I use them interchangeably. I think there's one more. Perplexity is there it is. Perplexity is a good one, but I put them all five on my phone and my iPad and my computer. And if I don't like the answer one gives me, I try another one. For purpose of the class, use Google Gemini. Image generating tools. DALL-E, Mid-Journey. Now you're getting into apps that are going to charge you a fee. And usually they're subscription fees. Sometimes you're allowed to get the app, but you can only use it 3 times a day. I forget which one it was of the 5 I mentioned to you. One of those has a limit. I was using it a little too frequently, and it says that's it for the day, basically. Okay, so that's image generating tools. One more is Jasper. Oh, text generating tools. So if you want to write a blog or an article, use Jasper. Right? Audio generation. You want something that will create a song for you? There's 2 that will generate songs.
Bill,
Go ahead, Jim.
Jim McIntyre. Did you see that piece on, I believe it was on 60 Minutes yesterday,
Uh-huh.
about this new AI that these 2 kids from Harvard developed? Did you see
And
that?
what's it do? And
What it does, they showed a picture of these guys with, they call them special glasses. And the special
okay.
glasses had a camera in them that took pictures of what they were looking at. And then there was this artificial intelligence generation of what they were seeing. And what it said was that with that camera, they could take a picture of a person, they could identify that person's name, his home location, his work, all his CV that he has, they could find, even his phone number. And if that's all really true, that's really pretty dangerous.
Oh,
They also said it was very easy for those 2 fellows to do it. They were really young. They looked like college age kids.
Yeah, I think
And
they were college age,
okay.
I believe.
number one, you have your picture, face, and all that has to be in a database somewhere. Uh, China, in China, China is collecting all that data. And I think I may have told you the story. A news reporter was reporting on how thorough and how intrusive the Chinese government was. So he was in a police station. He said, "Could you take me my picture and could you tell your AI tool that you would like to arrest me?" Okay. And they did that. And he walked out of the police station. 2 blocks down was the train station. He didn't make it to the train station. With all the cameras that are around, I found him, identified him, and sent the police after him.
Amazing.
So, yeah, it is scary.
Yes, very.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Big Brother is watching 1984.
yeah. Now, Jim, I don't think they could do that if they didn't have a database with all for example, the college kids probably there's probably a database they broke into and got all the ID cards of all the students, for example. So they've got them now. They've got the picture. And so if their camera captures that picture, it's facial recognition and then the data. So, yeah.
Oh, that's frightening to me.
I don't know. Okay.
Well, quick question on AI on these other apps. I opened up the first one that you showed us or
Yes.
added it from the App Store, but I guess a lot of them want you to log in, give a screen name and a password.
I'm not sure.
Which
I don't
one?
remember what I did on all three of them. Are you on your iPhone, iPad? Which one did you pick?
iPhone. I
Kathy,
didn't
they
know.
do that, but once you
Which,
create it, you're in the free version.
Okay.
right.
I also did it in Gemini. So now, do I use that like Google to ask it questions?
Absolutely.
That's what we did.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
Now I have a list here somewhere. Hold on.
With Perplexity, when you ask it a question, it's slightly different in that it will give you at the end a reference for where they got it, so you can go to the original article about whatever you're asking.
That's interesting.
I just asked Gemini, where am I? And it pulled up a Google map showing my house.
Okay, you're getting the idea already. What did I do here? I'm looking for a specific folder. I don't want this view. Oh, there it is.
Gotta feel sorry for anybody named Al.
So I was interested in trying a bunch of examples of AI. So I asked one of them, I forget which one I was on, to give me questions that AI may ask, and give me 100 of them that seniors might ask. Okay, so I'm going to cover some of those questions, and I'm going to open. I got to switch screens now. So, which one did most of you pick Gemini? Did you? Which one?
Google Gemini.
I'm
You
going to
told us
pick.
to go with Gemini.
Okay, I'm going to pick Gemini on the iPad. Oh, it wants me to sign in too. So I'm going to ask Gemini, what's a quick recipe for two people? Go ahead and ask it that. What's a quick recipe for two people? Garlic
Lemon,
shrimp.
yeah, lemon garlic shrimp scampi with linguine. Pretty cool.
And she's having to read it to her.
Yeah, with cooking directions as well.
How can I stop you? How about how do I get rid of ants naturally? Try that one.
Vinegar solution, lemon
Okay.
juice, glass cleaner and dish soap, natural repellents and essential oils, cinnamon, coffee grounds, citrus peel, herbs, pepper, baking soda and sugar, diatomaceous earth, or
Okay,
actually,
let's try a category called brain games for memory boost. How about tell me a riddle to solve?
ah,
Tell me a riddle to solve?
I really like this, Gemini. That's great, Bill. Thank you. And I'm gonna like that perplexity if it gives a reference. That's great.
Okay, how about
What's the answer to that last one there?
a
oh,
map.
a map,
What?
a map. And I could say, give me another one because it remembers the previous conversation and it would come up with that.
So the map is a riddle.
Is the answer to the riddle. I have a city but no houses. I have mountains but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I?
Oh, well,
I
that's
heard the groan. I heard the groan.
God,
It's cute.
shit. I wouldn't say it's cute. My God.
Give me a historical fun fact. Why don't you try that one? Oops. Give me a historical fun fact.
Shortest war in history. Between Great Britain and Zanzibar, August 27th, 1896. It lasted 38 minutes.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. Let's go to another group. Entertainment and nostalgia. How about what's the top songs in 1965? Why don't you type that in, see what it gives you?
Hey, Bill, just one other piece. I went into, I forget, Perplexity or Chat GPT, ran into the limit, the daily limit. So I went to look at subscribing to it.
Yeah.
And from Chat GPT, it took me to Chat Gate. And for $69 a year, which
Wow.
is pretty cheap,
Yeah.
ChatGate included ChatGPT and Perplexity and 8 or 10 other AI
Wow.
apps.
That
So
sounds like a deal to
really, we're
me.
talking $5 or $6 a month for
Yeah.
unlimited AI. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Woolly bully.
Woolly bully.
Yeah. Sam the Sham and the Pharaohs.
Can you suggest a relaxing playlist? How about
YouTube.
what are some fun hobbies for retirees? I'm going to move this screen over so you can see what I'm looking at. I'm going to try to.
Painting, watercolor, acrylic, and oil. Drawing
There
and
you go.
sketching. Sculpting.
Oh, how's my favorite subject? Tell me a joke from the 1950s. This ought to be cool. Tell me a joke from the 1950s. Did you hear that one?
No, where is it?
Why
Where?
did the atom cross the road? Because it was time to split.
Uh,
Just
Bill,
up down my alley, I tell you.
Yeah,
do
Bill, whatever it is you're hearing, we do not hear it.
Uh, let's see what I can do here. Let me stop sharing and I'll share again, and then you will. Okay? Uh,
Bill, do any of these things for seniors make ageist assumptions?
make what? Age
Ageist.
assumption? What I said over 50,
No, I
right?
meant ageist in as they assume certain things of seniors.
I think they're more general.
But Kathleen, I was thinking, let's hope so. That's what we asked it.
Well, no, it's considering affirmities, for example, I don't think that's in the equation.
Well, I understand that they have built into AI a lot of things of the people that created meaning for, male
Well,
voice kind of thing.
what I did, I think you could do,
Okay.
and you could say, I would like a series of questions for seniors over the age of 65 that had are hard of hearing, or so you could filter it more.
Okay. Thank you.
Mhm. Let me down here. Health and wellness. There's a good one. How can I sleep better at night? Let's try that one.
okay.
How can I sleep better at night?
Should we be seeing your screen?
No. Can you hear that?
No.
Hear you talking?
You say you could not hear that?
No.
We can hear
Okay.
you, but not the
Not
phone.
that. Okay. Oh, I could play it this way. Let's try another one here. How about what are the signs of a stroke? What are the signs of a stroke? What are the signs of a What are the signs of a stroke? I'm trying to use the microphone on my computer. What are the signs of a stroke? Oh, it doesn't play it back. How about the category cooking and food? What's a good dinner for one person? Can you give me a low sodium recipe? What's a traditional comfort food recipe? And how do I freeze meat properly? All good questions. Go ahead and try them. Now, we could be using some of the other AI tools. Many times they'll give you exactly the same answer, for example. Tech help. Oh, tech help. What's Zoom and how do I use it? Let me use that one and I'll show you the answer. What is Zoom and how do I use it? And there's what it comes up with. It says to get started, create an account, download the app, join a meeting. You'll receive a meeting invitation. Click the link, enter the meeting ID if you need to, and then join audio. Boy, moving on to a category called home and garden. How do I fix a leaky faucet? Can you help me start a herb garden? Herb garden. How do I get rid of weeds without using Roundup? In other words, weeds naturally. Creativity and hobbies. Here's where it really gets interesting. Can you help me start a story? Short story. Painting ideas for beginners. How about I ask Gemini, I would like a love poem for my wife's birthday. and I'll show you what it gives me in response.
Why don't we see what the response is?
I'm giving it to you. I gotta go buy a bunch of stuff here. Wow. My dearest love, another year has flown, and with it, how my love has you of you for you has grown. To the way today the world feels brighter, more alive, because it's the day my precious love arrived. Look at this. What's that? 6 stanzas there?
We
Wow.
can't see it, Bill.
Don't see anything.
You don't see it?
We don't see,
We do
we see
not.
your face.
Oh, I'm
It's
We
not
see
sharing my
you.
screen. I'm not sharing my screen. I'm sorry. Can you see it now?
It says stud class or something. You see it.
Yeah,
Something's there now,
Yep,
yes.
there it is.
I gotta go down here a ways. There it is. I did this at Christmas time. Did I tell you that last week?
No,
We have a tradition in our house to put cards on the Christmas tree to each other. And I had forgotten to get one for my wife. So I get up early Christmas morning and I created a poem using one of the GPT, one of the chat, the AI tools. And I have American Greetings subscription. So I got an American Greetings subscription card and printed it out and put the poem in it and put it on the Christmas tree. And this is pretty good. This special day, I wish you all the best. May happiness reside within your breast. May joy surround you now and all year through, because, my darling, I deeply, truly love you. Happy birthday.
It's going to be to the point that we're not going to be able to believe anything because it could be created by one of these. And don't you feel guilty
Oh, and
when
my
you
brain's
give her something like that and she thinks you did it and you didn't?
no, I told them I did it. So yeah. But your brain's gonna go dead. You know. Let's keep going here. Up. How about the category of travel and exploration? What's the best vacation spots for seniors? Wow. What should I pack for a cruise? What's the best time to visit Italy? All good questions, right? Can I suggest a quiet beach vacation? What are senior travel discounts I can use? What are some good road trip ideas for couples? Wow. One more category here, just for fun. Can you tell me a clean, funny joke? Well, up my alley again.
Well, are those things you're supposed to ask the artificial intelligence?
Yeah, let me ask it here.
Yeah, and ask it and see what it says.
Can you tell me a clean, funny joke?
we can't hear it.
I'm going to read it to you when it comes up here. I may have exceeded my limit. Did I? No. Why do scientists trust atoms? Because they make up everything. Oh, man. Okay. Now I want to show you one. I don't know if it'll do it or not. Let me see. Um, I think I was in Chat GPT, and I'm going to switch mine to Chat GPT here. And I'm going to ask it for a picture. I'm asking for a picture of a forest with wildlife in it. This takes a little time. And I don't know if it works in the other AI tools, but it's working here. Looks like a blank picture to me. Come on. It'll come eventually, I believe. Anyway, next week, we do not have class. And the following week, I'm going to have a class on um, health and fitness apps. So I have 3 or 4 health and fitness apps I'd like to go through and talk about. Okay.
Sounds good.
Sounds good, you think? I'm waiting for my picture to come up. I think I've exceeded the requirement or the capabilities of Chat GPT. There's ones that'll generate this much, much, much more quickly.
Bill, do you access these various AI sites through a app, or do you type in the URL something?
I downloaded the apps. You can do it either way, but it's just more convenient to have the app on my iPhone, iPad,
Thank you. That's good.
and computer. I have it on all. Wait a minute. On my computer, I actually go to the URL.
Bill,
Go ahead, please.
just for fun, I typed in Perplexity, how can I use AI without losing my own creativity?
Oh, what did it say?
Well, this is interesting because it actually lists categories. So the first one is treat AI as a partner, and then some suggestions on how to do that. Two is customize AI to match your style. Number three is add your unique touch. Number four, stay true to your vision. And finally, it says by balancing AI's capabilities with your own creativity, you can amplify your productivity while preserving your unique artistic voice.
There you go. By the way, you can say, give me a summary. I didn't do that with books or anything, but give me a summary of a particular novel.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. Or if you get an article that's rather verbose, I got one, it was like 2 pages, an article, and I copied it and pasted it I said, please summarize the following. And I pasted the whole 4 pages in the line there, and it came back with about a half a page summary.
Wow.
So it's limitless what it can do. Did you see the picture of the forest there with the animals?
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it's fantastic. Wow.
Bill,
I and I can copy and paste it somewhere.
I was downloading Perplexity while you were teaching, and it
Uh-huh.
asked credit card and said it would not be billed. I don't know why they're
I don't
asking.
know why I don't either. I don't remember having to do that with Perplexity.
It said there's no charge, but they wanted a credit card, and I wondered about that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I wasn't asked that, and I just downloaded it into my iPad.
I've never been asked that either.
I must
Interesting.
do something wrong.
Could be.
I did want to share with you all, I had fraud on my Bank of America card, so I canceled it. Well, then my iCloud and everything was being rejected, and they were sending me a card the next day. But what I wanted to alert you to, I got emails alerting me that my iCloud was not paid and I'm being cut. And two different emails, and they had different account. So I decided to call Apple and I asked them, and he got on my phone. I showed him the mails. He says, those are scams. So
Yep.
the card was actually bad and I dropped it. And I was getting letters which I thought were legit because I did owe money, but they were scams. So you have to be real careful.
I have a parking pass on my car,
Yeah.
a travel pass, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And my wife started getting your account needs to be added to. She got like 5 of them, and she doesn't even have one of those cards in her car. So yeah, there's a lot of scams out there. 99.9% delete them.
The text alerts that you've gone through driving and owe a fine is also a big one because I've gotten them in the mail and I paid the $2.50 or whatever because I was
Right.
in the fast lane by mistake. But it comes on your phone and those are scams.
Yep. Yep. So there's the picture of the owl.
Thank you.
Dear. That is not bad.
So, Bill, just for fun, the author Roald Dahl, Dahl, which many of us have heard of, he wrote a book predicting AI in 1954,
Yeah.
and it's called The Great Automatic Grammatizator. And he talked about how in 2 hours it could write a best-selling book and
Wow.
how that affected authors and so on around the world. But It's a very fascinating book, but it got tedious when reading it, so I asked AI to give me a summary of it, which was great.
Wow.
But just look up the Great Automatic Grammatizator. I'll put it in
Drama,
the text. It's
yeah, dramatize, well, whatever, yeah.
grammatizator.
Oh,
I'll put it in the
grammat,
text.
yeah, I see it there. Well, I have my voice to text scrolling through my screen. So this was a fun class. I hope you learned that this is much better than a Google search. It's giving you answers instead of URLs that you can go to. Now you have to be careful. I don't know where you are politically or on climate change, but if you mention one candidate, tell me about one candidate or another, you'll notice there is a bias, for example.
And what is it?
I'm,
What is the
I,
bias?
I've heard the bias. You know, it makes one candidate sound better than the other. Instead of just saying the positive and negatives of each, there's far more negatives on one than the other, for example. So try it, you'll see what I mean. And I bet global warming, no matter what your position is on global warming, I don't think we can deny global warming is happening, but the cause is still scientifically debated. All right.
Bill,
Yes, sir.
ask a question. With my co-pilot, the microphone does not work. I asked Jim Cerny about that the other night, and they didn't have any good answers. Do you have an answer to that?
Is if you go to settings microphone,
Yep.
did you do that?
Oh, no.
Settings, privacy,
Wait, this is,
privacy and security. And if you scroll down there, uh,
I'm talking about on my computer. Windows
oh,
computer.
there probably is a setting in Microsoft to allow and not allow particular apps to have access to your microphone.
Okay.
And I would check that out. I would ask AI, why can't I use my microphone with Chat GPT? See what it gives you on my PC
It's Copilot there. It won't
or
work.
Copilot. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, James, in the search box in Windows, type
Yes.
sound settings, and it'll come up with sound settings, and it'll show you the microphone and speakers that it's attempting to use.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Just the words sound settings in the Windows search box.
Okay. I'll try.
I just tried it. See what it says. It says which microphone is using. Does it have which apps can use it?
I'm thinking this is a
Okay.
place to start before going
Yep.
into apps.
Yeah. Well, you can which apps can use my microphone? How about that? I'm pretty sure there's a setting somewhere in there for that. got too many things running. All right, folks. Do I have any questions on today's class? Did we have a good time today? I hope you did.
We did. Happy Easter to all.
Thank you.
Very
Great.
happy. Easter.
Good
Great
job.
Yes,
info.
happy Easter. Yes.
Happy Easter. And happy
Yeah, my,
Passover to those that celebrate that.
Yes.
yeah, my family's coming in this evening for the week.
Fun.
I'm happy, and that's why we're not having class next week.
Enjoy.
That's
All
great.
right.
Thanks. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Bill.
Thank you,
Take care,
Bill.
everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.